Not sure how we ended up here, frankly. Uh, the process of not knowing what to record for like, I don't know how long it's been. Probably a few couple of days. That's exactly what I wanted to say. I haven't even finished uploading Monster Hunter, frankly, because the video is quite long and I never know when to use the internet time for it. But apparently we're playing Yooka-Laylee. I like the game a lot. This would be like the fourth time I've played it this year, actually. I've played it twice on Steam, including my, first file, and I played it again afterwards because I thought the game was a lot of fun. And then I bought the Switch version, and I played that as well. If you don't know what this is, it's a Galactathon in the style of like Banjo-Kazooie. Takes a lot of inspiration from that. I did just beat Impossible Lair recently, so there's that. I like that game a lot too. Maybe I'll play that game after this one. That game is longer than this one though. But yeah. Honestly, what I actually want to do, and what will probably still end up happening, is I'm going to record a long RPG starting after this game or during this game. However, which game I am doing is a bit to be decided still. I have a game in mind, but there's also a chance that a game I'm looking into comes out this month, and I might record me playing that blind. But if I don't, if I don't want to play that game blind and record it, then I have another game planned that I will do, which is a game I thoroughly enjoy a lot of. But this is sort of like a palate cleanser, you could say, in between. This game won't take like a ludicrous amount of time to play. It'll probably take somewhere around like 10 hours is what I'm guesstimating. And yeah, and it's a lot of fun. These cutscenes autoplay themselves, by the way, so I don't need to press anything through it. Here's the two like villains, I guess, of the game, and the villainry. You got Capital B and his assistant, Dr. Quack. Vice President statue, apparently. Vice President, assistant, whatever. Capital B is quite narcissistic, as are most villains in the universe, turns out. I'm sure a lot of people will catch on to like the references to Banjo-Kazooie as far as the style of the game goes, and people will like point all that out. But I'm not gonna point most of them out because you can see it. I like Banjo-Kazooie a lot too, don't get me wrong. These games are just fun. Fun exploring. This game in particular, I think the controls are really tight. I like it. And there are some like miniony dudes in the background. I don't know what the heck they are. They're pretty bizarro. I want to be a World 4's golf course. There is World 4 does have a mini golf course on it actually. The lore checks out. I missed the big red button. So anyways, this game is about books. Knowledge is power, it turns out. And we gonna get learned tonight. The statue is so shiny. Also, I apologize ahead of time if the game's video starts stuttering. It's my laptop overheating. That just happens. This game actually uses quite a bit of processing power, it turns out. Anyways, let's meet our protagonist. We got our protagonist Yuka, the lizard Yuka, and the bat Laylee. They live on next to a boat called Shipwreck. The area called Shipwreck Creek, I think? I forget. AKA they just made this ship is somehow on land and they just lived in the area. Not bad, I think. Look at those pair of glasses, dude. Sunglasses! Some old book I've been using as a drinks coaster. It's so shiny! Pants, and why you should wear them. I agree. Well, on wearing bottom clothing anyways. I don't often wear pants. I like wearing shorts. 80-20 in my favor. Not bad. Goodbye, book. It's getting the suck from the building. And they're golden. You didn't notice that when you looked at the book? So, our protagonist's super special book that is now suddenly super special to them. It's worth even more now that it's a flying book. So, yeah. We'll explore this in a second. Is this what it's called? Oh, I can't actually see what it's called. Oh well. But anyway, let's meet one of our recurring characters of the game. How do I talk to people again? There we go. Lovely to see you. I guess I'll let the text autoplay out. I can also fast forward through it, but I'll try not to, I guess. I probably will eventually end up doing it anyways. This is Trouser. He's a snake that wears pants, because, you know, pants and why you should wear them. Lore checks out. He's like a... what is it? What's the word? A scammer, I guess. He's the bluntest thing I could put up about him right now. He tries to sell people stuff, and most of it don't like work, or he tries to make money when he's not supposed to, and all that stuff. Which, you know, doesn't really get represented that much in this game, but personality-wise, it definitely feels that way. But he'll mostly be helpful for us in our adventure. We give him money, and he'll give us stuff. Lockpicking with what? Okay, yeah, we're gonna start speaking up this text. My bad. Anyways, basically, he gives you the move that lets you attack. Press X to attack on my PlayStation 4 controller. This always happens. Goddamn PC gaming. But anyways, now you can do twirl maneuvers and pick up quills. You only need to give him 5 quills in order to advance the game, because that's like the payment you're supposed to give him for the move, until he can get a move on, and all that. There are actually 10 quills around here. Quills are kind of like the generic collectible of the game. They're also used as money for Trouser, as evidenced by us collecting them right now. And there are actually 10 quills, I think I said that already, 10 quills on the overworld map here. These are actually only quills that are on the overworld map that aren't in, like, worlds, which is pretty fancy, I guess. So we're gonna collect all of them. Some of them are actually in I wouldn't say obscure places, but definitely a little bit out of the way. Hopefully I don't get lost trying to collect all of these. I know I said I played this game a bit, but yeah. There's a lot of collectibles, okay? It's easy to forget these things. But they're all in these chests, so we're just gonna break all the chests that we can see. So right now, our controls are not that complicated. We move, run, jump, crouch. We can double jump, actually, which is a pretty nice feature of the game. Games with double jumps always just feel good, you know? Just feels like your mobility options are nice, and I just got a bunch of messages, so that's cool. I see. I'm not gonna read that message out loud. So, going around collecting some quills. The music just cut off for a second. What the hell? PC, you got this. Stay strong. There's a quill over here. And I want to say there's one more quill around here somewhere. I think I glossed over some part where like they talk about butterflies, but I'll talk about it when we get there. I thought there was another chest around here somewhere. Maybe it's on the other side. Oh, here it is. Cool. So these are the 10 quills of the overworld map. There aren't any more quills in the overworld, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. So we get into Wild 1. You know what game I haven't played in a while? Monster Hunter World, actually. I've been dabbling with that game a bit since I beat it, but I haven't touched it in like more than a week, I think, at this point. I probably should like mess with it. Maybe I can get like a cut-in montage, not a montage, but like a cut-in here of me playing it.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding.
As we say in our home country, didn't die. playing against Laylee was the best idea I had. That would be cool. So he's gonna let us through now, in exchange for the 5 quills that we don't give him. So there's that. So here, this game's just to tell you some simple tutorial section here, telling you how to like jump, telling you how to crouch, getting through, telling you some water controls. Like, I forget how to water controls. Yeah, so it's B, well, square to go down and X to go up. And then you go over here. Oh yeah, another control that we have, well, here's some enemies. Maybe they're lost, maybe. If I were us, and I am 50% of us, do love my snarky characters. Unlike those soft shooters, a health bar will auto refill. Man. That is shady beyond belief. And by shady, I mean the shade was Jost. So, you can kill them with spinning. You actually, if you attack stuff, you actually have like a combo attack. Let's see if I can show it. You actually do it like 2 times. So 1, 2, 3, like that. It's mostly just fancy. And then you can also have an E command with circle, which doesn't go anywhere, really. Hold on a second. Sorry, I wonder if that got caught on mic actually. I didn't really close my mic all the way. But yeah, your tongue thing looks pretty useless, but it has pretty good auto tracking range, so don't worry about that part. And if you eat butterflies, you get health back. You can also touch them. Touching them will refill energy meter. So like the health and the energy meter are tied to one item, which is a pretty nice feature. We don't have any moves that use energy yet, but we will soon. This is all basic tutorial stuff, so not too much to comment on, I think. We're searching for an amazing book. Your book belongs to us now, bitch! And he's all like, what? Bookmobiles, dude. I don't think I've ever seen a bookmobile in my life. We should investigate after he tells us to scram. Okay! Sounds good. So we're just gonna walk into the enemy lair, because that's fantastical. And logical. So here's like the majority of the main hub world in the game. Ivory Towers. Somehow Trouser's already in here. Because he do the thing with his Nokia phone. Hell yeah. Yooka gave himself a short tutorial on the way in. No kidding. I also gave myself a short tutorial. So we're here to get our book back, as well as the pages of our book back, which have faces on them now, and are sentient. Because why not? Why don't you get and collect it? Yay! One call with the World 1 boss. Yeah, right, indeed. So, for some reason it shows you a cutscene that shows you how to get up there. Feels like you're in a tutorial, because yes, you are in a tutorial. Today's drink of choice is cherry vanilla Coke, by the way. From Ron Robbie's, because the convenience store that's closest to my house refuses to restock on anything, it turns out. Their management sucks. That's all I've discovered. They're cheap, and they got, you know, the nice quality stuff, but, yeah. Oh yeah, you can also attack in midair, by the way, which is sort of like a pseudo movement tool, because it pushes you forward. And I do appreciate any movement tech in the game, which, one of the reasons why I really like this game actually is because there's quite a bit of like movement options you have, which I know, which some of it does get obsolete unfortunately, but we will I'll still use them to make myself feel better. And all that. Who might you be? I'm a pagey! The one book, dude. The one book is incredibly powerful. So we're trying to get the one. You have the power of one. Apparently the book has the power to rewrite the universe, which is not a real thing. It never gets talked about in the game. I mean, it does get talked about in the game, but it doesn't. You know. Don't worry about it. You just need to know pages of plot coupons, and we collect them, and you don't need to know about the plot. It's not relevant. It's fine. This game does have fall damage, so I need to watch out for that. That's not how you talk to people. So basically, Trouser is gonna be like, let's make a deal. So every time you open up a new world, he'll give you some moves. basically. So the first move you get here is a move that lets you roll out, which uses your power bar. I just call it energy meter. If I interchange them, I probably won't ever say power meter, frankly. He tells you can collect butterflies, and that's cool and all. I'm about to use the new trouser pattern maneuver. Maneuver. I'm sorry, I live in America, so I have the shitty English language. It really do be like that sometimes, you know. So over there is Waldo 1. There are only 5 worlds in this game, but they're quite big, so we'll be in them for a while. So with our new rolling power, you know, we can move around a lot faster with it, as long as we have energy power meter. A pagey and a cagey. It rhymed. That's how you know it's serious business. He's all like, "Help me, bitch!" But you can't help me, bitch, because you aren't ready for me. You can't handle me. My body's too bootylicious for you, babe. So their body is too bootylicious for us, and we're gonna go to World 1 now as a result. You made it. So basically, if you turn in your pages, and you get more pages, you gotta spend money to make money. The usual deal. Oh my god, what button is it? So, we're gonna go into the first world of the game. Tribal Stack Tropics. I definitely don't remember the name of these worlds, by the way. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention a good feature of this game is that you can emote whenever you want to. So, that'll be happening a lot. There are 4 different emotes. Well, technically 5. There's that one. This one. You activate them by pressing the D-pad button, so there's that one. And then there's actually 2 emotes that are on the up one, which are both like happy emotes. So there's that spinning one, and there's a high five. And you get each one randomly, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would just spam the high five, frankly. That's my signature. My signature move is the high five. So yeah, loading screens in this game are actually quite long. They're even longer if you play on like the Switch version, or maybe on other versions too, probably. But you know. It has to load the whole area at once, so there's all that fanciness. You know how that is in video games. So here's the first world. It's easily the most boring world, frankly. It's just very normal, you know. What is there to say other than it's World 1? So we'll be collecting quills again. There are 200 quills in a world, which is kind of an insane number, if we're being honest. And there's also these guys, which are ghostwriters. If you don't know what a ghostwriter is, a ghostwriter actually is someone who writes content for someone else, but someone else gets credit for it. So let's say like X writes, X is a person, an author, but Y writes all his content, but X gets all the credit for it, then Y is the ghostwriter for X. That's what it is. But in this game, they're literal ghosts. And you collect them, and when you collect all 5 of them, they give you a pagey. There are, what is it? So here's another ghostwriter right here. But actually there are 5 different types of ghostwriters, and they all actually have different things you need to do to get them. So the yellow one we just got earlier, you just touch that one. There's nothing fancy about it. But all the other ones have a little bit more of a gimmick to them, and they'll be like that for every world. There are 25 pages, I want to say, in a world. Well, that's the total. 20. There's 20 pages in the world, as well as some other collectible stuff, as you can see. Oh, wait, not 20. That's for the tower. 25, yeah? Yeah, 25, okay. I'm paying attention. So, yeah. As you can imagine, with the 200 quills in a world, I will definitely be missing them. That's just gonna happen. So that will result in some epic-ass editing later when I have to look for them later. Fucking jackass. Cause, let me tell you, you would think with a game with like, a lot of quills in it, they'd be like a bit more in clumps. But no, some of them are like in strays locations sometimes. And you're all like, fuck. And it's truly collecting, baby, yeah! So right now, in the level, you know, obviously you just want to like, collect stuff and do the things. But priority number 1 right now is I'm just going around and trying to collect quills, specifically. Ow. Because when you can find Trouser in each world, as they have mentioned. And when you find Trouser, why is there a quill down there they didn't grab? Hello. And when you find Trouser in each world, he'll sell you some moves, but he won't sell them to you for free, obviously. Otherwise, he'd be giving them to you. So we need to collect quills in order so we can buy them. And I want the moves because I don't think this one's going away. So I can, you know, progress the world some more with my fancy new techniques. Oh, fancy. No. Dudes with hats on them have more HP, dude. Don't watch out for the dudes with hats. So this game actually has a lot of textures that stick out, which lets you do cool stuff. Honestly, it's one of the things I like a lot. Is that you can pretty much stand on anything in this game, including stuff that like clips out like this. But also on like the, you know, like the world border like this, you can stand on all of that, which is pretty nice. There aren't that many invisible walls, but we can get up here, so that's nice. We can also go in here and see some dead bones apparently. As well as over here, and collect this very spooky item. So spook. This is more of an obscure secret of the game. This is pirate treasures. There's one in each world, and it's actually like, it's in the game's achievement list for sure, but it doesn't actually show up in the collectible screen at all. And they don't serve any purpose in the game. They don't do anything. They're just there to be super secret hidden. And certainly they do a good job at doing that, but you can get that one really easily in the game. So I'll just get it right there. Some of them are a bit more dumb locations, for better or for worse. This game, I don't remember who did the soundtrack for this game, but I know two of the people that worked on that are very big names is David Wise and Grant Kirkhope, who are really well known for doing the soundtrack for a lot of the. Well, David Wise does a lot of the soundtrack for, like, say, rare games on Super Nintendo, as well as like Diddy Kong Racing is one of the ones I know for N64, and Grant Kirkhope does a lot of the rare games on N64, such as the Banjo-Kazooie series. So they both worked on the soundtrack for this game, which is definitely one of the highlights of it for sure. Here's a skeleton, and she's stuck in a pot. How did this happen? I don't know either. But let's go save her, I guess. She's looking a bit malnourished. She's a skeleton. Cook me. Is this actually what happened to La Mulana? So I guess we'll like protect her from people that are trying to eat her. Question mark. That's silly. That guy has no idea where he is. He has no idea where his kids are. So all you're gonna do is body them, which you know, you might think otherwise, but it turns out that these things are quite easy to body. Yo, come on, nerds. Fight me in the club. I don't really have that many attacks right now, so I'm just doing it this way. You definitely get more attack moves than this, but... What the fuck, dude? Get over here. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So once Yuka's text goes out of the way, we talk to her again. You have my eternal gratitude. Can you feel it in your bones? But pish. So, here's a pagey. Yay, our first of many. There are quite a bit of, I don't think there are... Yeah, I'm not sure there are quills in these boxes, but I'll check anyways. But there are definitely quills scattered around here. As well as healing butterflies. Well, butterflies do everything. You might think you can actually, like, go in these, doors and it's like super cool. What will we get when we go in these doors? But it turns out the doors don't actually go anywhere. They just send you back here. All the doors just connect to each other, which is pretty hilarious. How many quills do I have? 55 is not that many quills. Oh well. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's go. Well, I'll grab these quills for one. I totally know how routing works. Yeah, right now it's like, the early game is definitely like the biggest scramble for stuff, because I'm like, I don't have access to very many things, so I just want the ability to access many more things. So, we're definitely just trying to figure out the most here. Grabbing these quills on the outer edge like this. This is actually where Trouser is in the level. This took me forever for me to find him my first playthrough, but he's actually just standing right here. I'm gonna wait a bit for me to get more quills before I talk to him though. That way I can buy everything at once. I know it's not a big deal, but it matters to me. Over here, here's another lady. People always like say, what is she? But she's actually a vending machine. Her name is Vendy. One, please. One tonic. Show me you work here. Guess what? We don't work here. We're all friendly colleagues, yes, friendly colleagues. So, basically, what Vendy does is she lets you equip one perk, basically. And in this case, I actually have all the perks because these carry in between playthroughs. So I have them all unlocked in another file, so they actually just show up in this playthrough. So normally you wouldn't have all of these. You need to do like certain things to unlock them. But we can see this one gives you 1 extra HP. This one makes your roll use less energy. This one gives you more access to a powerful version of one of your moves. The grandpa move is the Buddy Slam. Gives you extra health when you heal. Powered meter regenerates faster. This one's pretty useful. This one's also pretty useful. The baller one is one of the ones you get early on, so it's pretty much what I have in a new file. Fall proof, which is pretty useless actually, because there's a way to cheat falling damage anyways. This one lets you collect quills by tonguing them, which is not useful. This one lets you breathe underwater longer. This one lets you sense rare items in nearby by making a noise, which is something I'll be using to clean up because I'm bad. This one lets you get more ammo from one of your power-ups. This one makes your invisibility move later. Spoilers for all your abilities. Makes it last longer. This one makes you have only 3 HP maximum. This one makes everyone's voice higher pitched. This one is OP. This one makes you go retro, and this one puts pants on. So we'll put the pants on for a second so I can show that off. This one is one of the ones you get at the very end of the game. They're more like shorts. Jorts? And the 64-bit one is the DLC one that I updated into the game. I would play it like this, frankly, because it's fun too. But for the sake of, actually showing off the game, we'll probably, play it like normal. It also doesn't change any HUD-based things. All HUD-based things still look the same. But there's actually like a lot of filters going on that make the game work. Anyways, I'm actually gonna put Athlete on. I know this is cheating. Shut up. I'm aware. But what Athlete does is that normally there are items in the game that expand your power meter, and Athlete makes it act like you have 3 extra power meter expansions. So you can see my power meter just went up like crazy. It's like, this is actually like one of the last tonics you get in the game normally, but just for sake of convenience and showing off the game, I just want to leave it on because it means I have more access to stuff. Yay! But pretty much normally in the game, I would just use either the baller one when I get it, which I think you get after like killing a certain amount of enemies, or I would just use the live wire one, which lets it so that your power meter regenerates faster, or it's faster for it to start ticking upwards. Something around here, really? Oh, that'd be something around here. Well, in any case. Let's go ahead and talk to this cloud buddy here. He's got a 64 on him. You look like a racy pair. I'm nimble. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick. Jack raced this cloud man in a course around the world. Sure, that's nimble. Let's race. Cloud-based racing. How next gen? Haha. Count the jokes in this game, because they're definitely some of the best parts. The dialogue is definitely some of the best parts of the game. So just make sure you pay attention to that. So for this, you have to run. You're basically going to do a lap of the whole world, a whole outer edge. But you can imagine, even like with my athlete power up, you can't actually stay rolling the whole time. So there are butterflies in the way so that you can refill your power meter. Apparently I'm calling it that now. I'm calling it by its actual name. No, what the fuck? This is politically correct. Can't believe it. So you want to collect them so you can stay rolling the whole time. Because if you're not rolling, Nimble will actually catch up to you quite quick. Oh, get these squills! Hell yeah. So that is a good one. So I need to do this to get a sweet Pagey, but also it helps me like wander around and get some of these quills at the same time. I love multitasking! You did it. You raced the cloud man. Candy floss features. He's gonna make it rain. Haha, golden shower. I mean, what? I mean, that's nasty. You nasty boy. I don't know how many quills I need actually for all the upgrades in this world. I don't think you need that many. Let's try grabbing these and see if that's enough. I probably should have talked to him earlier just to see how many I actually need. Get these plants out of the way, dude. What the fuck? Let's go talk to Trouser. My mates! Pay no attention. Top design. I love that, like, one of the things about Trouser's personality is that he really is just in his own world. He never talks, he'll never, like, mention anything about his scummery. Like, anything he says, he deflects instantly. It's crazy. You unlock worlds, he gives us freebies. He does give free moves, but only in Heavy Towers, he says. But you gotta pay for these moves. Of course I don't have enough money. Nice. Fantastic. So he has 3 moves in this world, so we're gonna get all 3, obviously. The next move I use to defeat the World 3 boss. Let me think, what is the World 3 boss? I don't even think he uses this move on the World 3 boss. No, you do not. You can't even dress yourself properly. I think that's definitely how you wear pants, by the way. Just saying. Power bar! Who the hell is snoring? 18-month insurance plan. Yeah, I'm good in that one. Let's get this one first. Not too much to say about this move. It's a ground pound. Practically giving it to you for free. For free. Is that a battered all rune too? Got him. Causing massive damage. No accident insurance with that? Actually. Haha, nope. Vitriolic best buds. What the hell? So now we have the ground pound move, which is pretty straightforward. And we also have the sonar move that Laylee uses that can stun enemies and also trigger certain switches. So that's pretty useful. With the ground pound maneuver, we can actually go over here and do this like little thing on my bob. We just want to match up what we see on the top by ground pounding it. But I prefer not to get seen by this thing because if you get seen by it, you will get lasered, and that's bad. The laser is quite strong, as you can see. So the whole time we're just gonna try to dodge this thing as I try to look for the symbols, because these symbols are bizarre. Where is the first one? Oh, I'm standing on it. Nice. And your time while doing this, so I'm now doing this like weird. Looks like a head, frankly. What is this thing doing? He's trolling me. I'm gonna do this thumbs up. I'm gonna do, what's the next one? This like, I don't know what that is, frankly. And then we got this like sideways ramen maneuver. They all look like ramen, frankly, the lines. Like a toilet restroom signs, things like that. But by doing it all in the time limit, you get yourself a Pagey and a KG, which is something I'll be saying a lot. You got enough pages to expand. Expando. So you can leave worlds whenever you want to, actually. So let's leave a world because he's like, you can expand. Sim City. Not really. But basically, worlds have 2 parts of them, basically. And you need to give multiple payments, aka 2 payments, in order to show off the full world. I actually don't know what most of the world look like with just one part, admittingly, because I usually just pay for the whole world immediately. Expand or explore. So yeah, you can decide whether to use pages to expand this world or go to another world. But we're gonna expand this one so I actually can like do stuff in it. Expand or explore. That's the slogan, dude. High five. So we got 3 here. So let's go ahead and make the book bigger. Embiggen my books. By the way, if you're wondering, that emote gets automatically done from the game. That wasn't me. For political correctness, it was not me. I just had to let you know that. There are pages inside the Ivory Tower hub too. Right, I should have grabbed some stuff while I was out there. Oh well. My bad. Oh my god. You expanded the world. Come find us. Come play with us. Yo, who is that guy? He looks handsome. So they're just showing you some of the stuff you added in the world. So now this world is actually fully accessible, which is great. Because I need more quills, because I still need to buy the other move. Alright, once this cutscene finishes playing out, I'm going to check what time I am in the recording. Yeah, I think this expansion in this world is actually gigantic compared to some of the other worlds. Well, because you're still in tutorial land. Okay. Apparently. Suddenly, Sona. So, let's see. Where's an easy place to get quills? I just need 8 more quills, and then we can go on exploring the world. I don't want to talk to you yet. You're not important to me. The last enemy of a group, actually, when you kill them, always drops a butterfly. So, sort of looks like, you know, Gradius. Speed up. Life Force. I'm grabbing me my 3 quills. Alright, cool. That's enough. I guess while I'm here, I'm also going to grab this item here. You can go in this part of the wall. It's open to you! And you can do some light platforming, where apparently my depth perception is very bad. They're making noises at me, I'm scared, mommy! And you can get yourself a butterfly booster, which increases your max HP by 1. Health extender, excuse me. I made up all my own terminology for everything, guys. I'm an expert. Professional is what they call me. That's me, the professional. I'm not gonna go over here just yet, because I don't want to. Turns out I did not want to do the thing. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of ways of canceling fall damage. There's one really easy way later that we get, so there's that. I wouldn't worry about fall damage too much. So let's go ahead and buy the last move from Browser. Yeah. Yeah, see? Surprised I haven't said that yet, frankly. Too busy talking about other things, it turns out. It's a really great move. You can eat stuff! Wow! He's like, what? You can save it for the casino world. Yo, I love the casino world. Haha. So basically, you can eat berries. Well, actually, you can eat various berry items and start spitting them back out at things, which is pretty cool. So now that we have all the power-ups, we can start doing some damage in this world. Shoot these totems to activate. They basically totems activate like a switch. So I activated a switch, and now we're up here. Let's go over here, I guess. Probably shouldn't have gone over here yet. These platforms aren't synced with each other. That's okay, we have insane mobility. I just want to make sure I can get the quills too. That is not getting the quills too. Here's a like science atom thing called a molecule. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like molecule is slang for a drug. But I digress. I'm pretty sure it is. Come here, Quill. This Quill doesn't want to get grabbed! I lied, he got grabbed. We did it, team. So yeah, attacking him in air is a pretty nice way of having a cool mobility option for the time being. We're gonna do some stuff called standing on these like ruined parts of the world. If I can get the camera to Move? Hello? The camera doesn't want to move. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Without you, camera. Don't need you. I step out with the part where I need you. Okay. And I want to... If I can time this well, I should be able to climb up this thing. This is mostly just fancier than anything. It's not really that useful. This just shows that you can do it. You gotta time those jumps well. There we go. The benefit of getting up here early, you're not supposed to be up here yet. Well, not traditionally, I suppose. But I just want to get these quills. But you can talk to this guy. He's a signpost. All the signposts have a running thing in the game where they mistake you for someone else. Flankers. The worst kind of rubbish. And Yooka has a hard time getting a word in. Today's housing market. I think... Look, has the housing market ever been good? That's all I want to know. Must have an extension cable. So there's a Pagey flying in the wind, which we can't really get right now because it's like stupid high up. So we're gonna have to ignore that for the time being. But we can get these quills. Hell yeah, rolling deep. In addition to all of that, we can actually ground pound these things here. Yo! Which opens up these grates. Apparently there are windows to him. But you can pound all of them to let the light shine in the world. So that's fantastic. Capital work. So now he has light in his thing. Light in his world. You made light in his world, dude. That's poetic and overly dramatic, but I digress. I'm ignoring him for the time being. Haha, punked him. So here's an example of one of the bushes you can eat. So you eat it, and you can change its colors, which is pretty cool. And now instead of attacking, you spray ice balls. You only get this power for a certain amount of duration. It's not based on like how much you use of it. It's just based on time. So yeah. So you see it ran out. You can first person in this game with left stick. L3 basically. And by doing this, it actually lets you aim stuff like this. So we can use that to aim over there. It also lets you aim any berries abilities that Yooka would eat, which is also useful. But by doing all of that, we can get this Pagey. In addition to getting this Pagey, I get to explore the edges of the world. Here's the edges of the world, it turns out. It was so close to us the whole time, guys! Guys, the earth was flat. Confirmed. They were right all along. I think it's down in that bush. That's nice. But there are actually some quills here. I don't honestly know how they expected you to get this. I don't know. Maybe they expected you to do this. I wouldn't be surprised. But there are just some quills up here. It's very nice. Oh my god. Alright. Fine, have it your way, game. You so unpleasant. So we need this berry again, and actually like do something with it. So this purple guy that keeps burping at us, he's a ghost rider. And what you do with him is you spit things in him. Spit one thing in him, and that makes him obtainable. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but the green ghost rider, I was probably talking about something else at the time. Talking about David Wise and Grant Kirkhope. But the green ghost rider just runs away from you, so you just catch up to it. Nothing too fancy about him. Let's go over here. I feel like I always miss like a quill when I'm over here, frankly. Because there's like some quills on cliffs. But this area is pretty straightforward. You just traverse it. Yeah, see, I feel like I always miss like one of these quills or something. Like I said, there are a lot of quills in the game, man. Okay, I'm gonna miss some. Sorry. Spoilers. It's going to happen. Oh crap. I'm stupid. You know what? Let's just do the thing at the same time. You can stand on the switch if I want to stop sliding because the game is rude. And it unlocks a race course. Racing. I think one of the things that I like about this game is that most collectathons don't actually... Well, most collectathons require the player to be good. But there's an emphasis about like N64 collectathons specifically that don't actually require that much platforming from the game. Like if you play Banjo-Kazooie, or especially like DK64. Banjo-Tooie and DK64 are really victim to this. I like those games a lot, mind you, but they don't have that much like in the way of actual platforming elements. But in this game, there are obviously a lot of like your standard like collectathon BS, like so and so mini game and whatever. But there's also some like parts where you like race, which you know lets you use some of your platforming, which I think is really nice. It's one of the nice things about it. See, look, there's a quill just like up here, dude. What the fuck? It's messed up. You gotta watch out for those things, man. You gotta watch out for those stray quills. The stray quills will kill you. Quill you. Mill 10 cards off the top of your deck, you know? It happens. So over here, these platforms frown when you stand on top of them. But this one is heavy when you stand on top of it. Haha! There's a euphemism here somewhere. Like me falling off the world. That's a euphemism.
Yeah, falling off the world like that actually counts as you dying. Even in the library and all that. Which actually leads to some hilarious situations because whenever you like, it takes you back to like, the last screen transition that you came out from, which means sometimes you can die and get sent really far back in a place, which is hilarious. I haven't really gone to a screen transition yet, so that's
the closest place it will spawn me. I'm stupid.
I always knew. But sometimes my IQ is not very high. I'm very low IQ intelligence quotient. Give me back there.
I love this game, honestly. I initially went into this game a lot like people saying, "Oh, it's not like that good" or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, I wasn't sure what to expect." I'll be like, "Oh, you know, I heard some people like don't like it as much," but honestly, when I played it, I found out I liked it quite a lot. So I was like, "Yeah," and I beat the game and I played it immediately afterwards. These are like the worst enemy in the game, so I tried to like stun them and then hit them. There are actually quite a bit of the B enemies. I think these ones included, where you hit them. And then when they die, they like explode, and the explosion can hit you, which is Gabaggio. So yeah, I'm waiting for my power meter to go back up because I'm a jackass and I spammed. High five, charge your power meter faster. It's been factually proven. Science has ordealed it. Yeah, they usually leave butterflies around in places where you're using power meter, but I still managed to run out somehow, which is fantastico. Down here, there's actually an alcove you can enter. And in this alcove, you can get yourself some money. Play coin get! For some fun. Ooh! That sounds not PG rated. I mean, what? It's like one of the Simpsons episode where it's like, you can't have fun in bed, and like Homer's like, when you're older you'll know, and it's just a picture, an image of him in bed with like a sandwich. Anyways, we might be using the play coin soon as a random note. I don't have any particular reason why, but this area feels like you might use it soon. But there are some quills you can get on top of this thing, so I want to get that first. Oh god, I didn't get the fucking one on top of the arcade machine. Hello? Not like this. Okay, well, yes like this. Okay, well, I'm back. Let's try to get this freaking quill again, shall we? Probably can just get it from here. Yep. I use this air attack a lot in the beginning of the game when I don't have that many mobility options. So that's nice. Also, this game got really loud. I think when I put my headset down when I had to do it in the air end, I made it really loud. This is everyone's favorite character in the game. You sure you're in the right game or decade? My name Rextro. Rextro is the best, cause you know it's Rextro. It's all managed to play on a line. How long have your friends been waiting for? Since 1997. Oh baby. Rextro crowdfunded return. What was that crowdfunding? Rextro to borrow assets from other games. So you gotta collect the play coin in each world to access this game. Rextro's in every world. You beat a game, Rextro gives special prize. Fun arcade game, he says. I believe you. Question mark. Friends go play on a line. Best line. So this is basically just a top-down racing minigame. When he said he borrowed assets from the game, he might have meant like the game you're currently playing. Ain't that messed up? Also, what the heck? What? How did it not touch I thought you. Maybe I'm thinking. I think I'm thinking of something else. Where like you have to go through the rings. I think this one you just make laps. Anyways, in this card you can shoot a cannonball to kill stuff from running away. The cannonball actually has quite a big cooldown. I'm bad. There's also speed boost around the map. Yeah, for some reason I thought you had to follow the rings. I don't know. I had a brain a fart. It's okay. Your execution doesn't matter, yay! Doesn't matter how good or bad you are. The skull potions slow you down, and the lightning bolt potions, tonics, speed you up. And you can play all these mini games on the home menu with up to 4 other players, or up to 4 players rather, not 4 other players. I probably should mention the tonic thing. If you notice in the very intro reel of like where it shows all developers, one of the developers for this game is actually known as Playtonic, and that's actually their logo is the tonic with like the triangles coming out of it. So they put that all over, you know, they put that tonic idea in the game, as well as it's really heavily in in Impossible Lair actually, because there are a lot of tonics in that game. As well as the logo is a little bit more like standard looking. How tonics look. So there's like the lore behind that, if you want to call that lore. More like just a cute thing, you know. I'm not sure if I said you can jump or not, but you actually can jump. You can only just move forward and shoot. They're quite easy. I know, I wasted like 10 seconds. Save on a memory card, hell yeah. How many blocks you got on your memory card? That's Jake! I wasn't, me and my brother were always afraid to buy third-party memory cards. But anyways, you gotta play the minigame twice. The second time you play it, you actually gotta beat a high score. Don't worry about the high scores, they're really low. They're really easy to beat. But it means you gotta do repetition. Haha.
So most likely, this will get fast-forwarded through. I don't know. Editor, please fast-forward this part. Except for I don't have an editor, so I'm probably doing it myself. Haha, I love watching videos. Oh my god, watching videos get encoded. It's a great feeling in the world. Don't play stuff like this, I always wish they ever made like, I don't know, they always tell me top-down racing games, honestly. I was thinking of like Kirby Air Ride when CS was up, Top Ride. Top Ride's a cool mode, but mostly like all the modes in Air Ride aren't like fleshed out. Is the main issue with that game. Except for City Trail. City Trail owns, and even then that mode's not fully fleshed out. But it just happens to be fleshed out enough that it's pretty fun. But they won't ever make an Air Ride game, methinks. I might be the Kirby game without the engine they've been using for like the last 4 games. Well, 4 plus games if you count like all the spin-offs they put out since then, like all the Kirby class stuff. That engine has been used for a long time. And it was cool when I played it, like Return to Dreamland. I like Return to Dreamland a lot. Superbug's okay. Robot is pretty good. I like Robot a lot. And I think Starlight is pretty okay. But like, we need a new engine, guys. Or at least use the same engine but hide it, you know? Kind of like how like Super Mario Odyssey is using like a similar engine compared to like Galaxy games, but you wouldn't know. Like, come on, guys.
Put some effort into it. Put some hustle in your bustle. That's what they're gonna hear when this video gets unsped up. Hustle in your bustle. Like, what the fuck was he talking about? Actually, I can't believe you beat high score. Now friends receive ultimate prize, 3-letter entry on arcade leaderboard. So truly my EP grows ever larger. Right, humorous leaderboard name. Haha. Right in L for loser. Rextro is one of my favorite characters because he's so cute and adorable, but also because he has some of the best dialogue exchanges. You know, he is Rextro. He is everyone's favorite dim-witted dinosaur, 64-bit dinosaur. Hi, Darkwill here. Why would you do this to me, game? So we're gonna try to do as much of this world as we can. We actually can't full clear this world with the power-ups we have right now, but we can do huge chunks of it for sure. But like I said, the worlds in this game are quite big, so it'll just really be taking things one step at a time. This is like a dead end over here, so let's go over to this dead end first. Yeah, if you're doing this part, when you have this power up, you can just eat one of these fire plants and start flamethrowing them like this, which is a lot easier. But it's not like it's hard to begin with. Also, shoutouts to physics. Here's a guy. Yo. He's the best voice acting in the game, by the way.
Yo,
Yo, ho ho. I am the one they call Shovel Knight. And I'm having an eventful day. Because I ended up in the wrong game. I hate it when that happens, dude. Same. High five.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't get the high five, dude. I can't believe.
yo,
Yo.
oh,
Really, every indie game needs let's be real. You're not an indie game unless you somehow have Shovel Knight in your game. Because,
yo,
that happens a lot. Steel die shovel. So he's all like, there's treasure up there. And I'm like, cool. There's treasure up there. I'm totally going up there, by the way. There's some quills back here. By quills, I mean there's one. Because the game is like that. They really went full rude with some of the quill locations, it turns out. I'm surprised. But at the same time, it's not like that bad. Plus, like I said, you can use the tonic later to help you find some quills, which doesn't actually help anyways because the worlds are gigantic, but I digress. It still helps, you know. So we're gonna do some like light platforming. We're gonna use these things and hit the switches with them. In a way that's favorable for me. Oh, I can get up. Is that favorable? You think we can do this? Not really. Can I just make it up here, like, just by double jumping this? Maybe. Maybe not. I will do it the intended way. There we go. Oh, you worked with me that time. So we're gonna be doing a lot of this, like, shooting at platforms to make them line up. We're gonna do it here again. That looks fantastic! My nose is itchy. Why are you like this? For this one, we actually gotta activate 3 switches individually. So, there's one over here. That actually worked great, strangely. There's this middle one. That one also looks good, and there's one on the bottom. That one might be like the lost child, you know? Oh my god, he doesn't want to like... Oh wow. This is just like, you know, the youngest child that's trying to be independent from all the other ones. But like not independent in like a good way, you know? You don't understand me, Mom! You don't understand what I'm going through! God damn it, he doesn't want to work with me. You can tell there's like a little bit of delay before it actually like stops, so I'm not the best at timing it, in other words. Get there. Okay, we can stand on this. You can only kill these things when they're not on top of a thing, so the easiest way is just to like sonar them to get them off. And you can get yourself this treasure by shooting at it. Really, this part is probably like a big tutorial section. Well, not a tutorial section per se, but really utilizes the first person, well, over the shoulder camera for there's a quill there I didn't grab. Hello? Motherfucker, what? Why are you like this? Why is my nose so itchy? We got the jewel for you. Here's the secret to adventuring success. Everyone pay attention. Ho 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 ho. He found it in the ground, by the way. All I need is a map and a thirst for adventure. 2 things you do not have. There are no maps in this game. You're crazy, dude. This guy is actually trolling me. Anyways, there goes Shovel Knight. We'll never see him again. Haha. Until World 5. Let's go over here. We were here earlier, and it was like kind of nothing at the top before. But now that we've expanded the world, it turns out there is something at the top. We're going straight to the top. The great Rampo was not interested in thine door-to-door sales. Do door-to-door salesmen like exist still, or have I just never noticed? I'm personally, admittingly, I'm one of those people that like, if someone shows up at my door that I'm like, don't recognize, I just don't open it, you know? So, there's that. Also, these things are really hard to jump over. A spike appeared! What the fuck? Messed up. You didn't drop a healing item, hello? More messed up. So we can cross this bridge and get to the Great Rampo, who is the World 1 boss. There's no need for dying double glazed windows, sales mortals. Motherfucker, what? that was definitely what Yooka said. Great Rampo knows hustle when he reads it. With your so-called deals, your so-called girlfriend says it's my dad. You know. This ain't a dad. This is a cell phone. I threw it on the ground. What you think? I'm stupid? I'm not part of your system. Oops, I'm bad. My dad's not a phone. Duh. Maybe he's memeing. Stop that. So it's hard to jump up these slopes if you're rolling on them, but if you stand still, that lets you get a lot more vertical height normally. So I try to do that a lot. And then after he stops breathing fire, you can smack his teeth in, which sounds really painful, honestly. Winning smile was ruined. And he huffs and puffs and blows you away. There's a lot of butterflies here if you need the healing for it. So yeah, so you can see like if I try jumping like this, it's a bit like tighter. You don't get as much vertical height, but standing still beforehand is a good way of getting around that. That probably wasn't the best demonstration, but I digress. Somehow he has more teeth than before. This guy must live in America. He has shitty health insurance. Haha, same by the way. So now he's hitting you with the triple log maneuver. So, oops, I might turn down the camera. There we go. Apparently it's R3. So, traverse carefully. Oh wow, that's bad. I'm gonna die. I wanted to like wait for him to stop breathing fire, but I probably should just taken the actual fire damage and just that way I just stayed up there instead of getting hit on this and having him to roll anymore. What is that? He is cheating. He got the double log maneuver. Rarely seen double log maneuver, dude. So. The hottest of tech? There you go, I dodged it. Can you believe I did something? So once you go to 3 phases of it, he's down. He is a goner. Oh, there he goes. Sacred slope has been desecrated. Great Grandpa should have pretended not to be home. That's what I do. This window game is quite exciting. I get to beat people's asses. So here he is. He doesn't look very good in life. I'm waiting for this guy's fucking dialogue to go out of the way, bitch. You can ground pound him. And make him upset. He didn't see it coming! And there's also closed behind him because the game is rude. His eye is going apeshit. Can't believe. You know what's a good way of healing yourself? Dying. In a world that is the first. This is you on weed. Let's go actually like go inside this guy's house that we put lights in. Made him shine the lights down. He's an enemy unit, but he's the classiest enemy unit because he got top hat and a stick, a cane, I guess. Are you supposed to like talk simple? Oh, he's the most aristocratic character in the game. There's a guy with a huge ice palace in the next world. Haha. Spoilers. So when you get in here, he'll be like, I want to play a minigame. Would you like to play a game? He's all like, shoot my friends. Or at least portions of them. And I'm like, okay. Sounds cool. Jolly good. So yes, eat these frost berries and start shooting at people. The easiest way is to use this the shoulder camera. capital shooting. There's not really like a timer or anything, so there's no like stress. You just do it. Get me out of this. How do I get out of this camera view? Oh, right. You press the camera button again. Dumas. Sometimes I forget the controls of the game while I'm playing it, which is just impressive. Oh yeah, they're called corplets. Forgot about that. You know, like corporation, but like small dudes, corplets. Lore checks out. I definitely will not be calling them that, but I digress. You, a small boy? I'm a pagey piece. Pieces of a puzzle. And now we'll be whole again. That was supposed to be a modern game, Yooka. Collectibles used to come in one piece. Dude, tell me about it. I thought modern games were supposed to be easy as fuck, man. They just give it everything for free. I was lied to. There's a big mob of people here, including one with a hat. You know the people with a hat are stronger, like I said. Also, a pig man eating a lot candy cane. I bet you got a weight-related name. His name is Sir Scuffs a Lot, and a proud knight of Ham-a-Lot. Haha. Anyways, they're trying to look for treasure. Great Rambo's secret treasure place. For some reason, they all split up, and well, now they're just gonna tell you clues about where they are and where the treasure may or may not be. So he's all like, "My feet are wet, but do not fret. I won't drown by the scorp of the town." Haha. What did he say? Anyways, so you gotta find all his dudes, and they'll eventually lead you to the treasure, because they're all trying to look for it, you know. But for some reason, they gotta tell you this, like, riddle, or whatever you want to call it. So there's a ghost spider near us. That was not a very good demonstration. Basically, you can reveal the ghost spider by using your sonar waves, but apparently I found him like instantly. So he kind of just literally appeared on me. Oh well, maybe you'll see it in the next Lore Worlds. Anyways, there are 3 pagey pieces around here, like you said, and you gotta collect them all to make him whole again. Make me whole again. I have no idea where they are, by the way, so we're just gonna make it up. I feel like some of them aren't even like super close to him, frankly. They're all like in this foresty area, if you want to call it a. Sure, yeah, it's a forest. Looks like a forest, smells like a forest. I think there's one here actually. Yeah. He's in a barrel. I'm totally collecting them in order. That's how that works. Get used to the shimmery noise, I suppose. Like I said, I like that you can like climb all of this. It's really nice. And the game also expects you to do it, as you can tell by these quills. It's kind of weird to say I like a game because there's so much collision everywhere, but it's true. It turns out it really do be like that, in the words of a wise man. Where is this other one? I mean, I hear a shine, but that just might be... Oh, okay. I was wondering... You know what? Let's just not talk about it. Sometimes you'll be overthinking it. You found all my pieces. I'm free! And he got captured. How unfortunate. The world is just too cruel sometimes. So you remember earlier, we collected this thing that I joked is a drug called a molecule. Yeah, let's use it right now. Here's another character. The Quiddy Duo, capital B, is making a lot of fuss about. I have a goldfish in my head. Her name is Dr. Puzz, and she's a scientist. But all her credit gets stolen by the other scientist, Dr. Quack. So, she's very salty about it, as you can imagine. Anyways, you give her the molecule, and she'll power up her machine and let you use it, which is a transformation machine called the DN Ray. I need to be emoting more often. So we're gonna go ahead and use it. The transformations in the first few worlds kind of suck, frankly. Which is also similar to another game. That's not a T-Rex. Haha, that's a reference. Anyways, you turn into a flower, and the flower sprays gas? Question mark? With the flower, you can actually talk to these other flower-related things with eyes on them. These things don't normally talk to you if you're the normal lizard-bat duo because they don't like you. But these guys are thirsty, so when they see you, they get excited and start talking to you. Most of them just tell you hints about what to do in the world. But this one wants you to actually help them grow some flowers with your spray? I try not to think about it too much, frankly. I saw this in a porno. You just gotta find some way to push these blocks off. You can actually try destroying these blocks ahead of time, but when you come here and accept this thing, they'll actually be back here. So, yeah. But you can just push them up like that. Using the power of physics. So you gotta spray all 6 of these flowers and make them grow. With your flower shower. Flower power? Is that a Mario Party 5 minigame? Or the flower shower? I don't know. Will flower, that's what it's called. Haha. Mashing E button minigames, yay! So actually, if you hold the right trigger down, you can actually end transformations early. Otherwise, most people just end up talking to Dr. Buzz again, but sometimes that can be pretty far away. That's not a feature the game tells you about, but it's very useful. Let's go swimming, yay! I don't think there's actually anything down here we can do. I don't think so. We need to come back here later. Which is fine by me. One of the things that actually happens a lot when I play collectathon-based games is I always remember where all the big collectibles are in the game. So I'm like, in this game, for example, I'll remember like, oh, I know where so-and-so pages are and all of that. But then I always forget where, like, say, quills are or other things like that. Or, like, ghost riders are as a result. That happens in a lot of things. You just remember the big details, but then you don't remember any of the other small stuff that's, like, more out of the way to get to. So, that kind of sucked, right? Before I forget, let's go ahead and continue onwards with our thing with the pigs. We're trying to look for like this other guy, something about being wet, I don't know. But there's actually only one part of this map that has water, which is this little area over here, and there's a guy over here all of a sudden. So let's talk to him. These guys only appear after you talk to them in order. What are you doing? But that's it. No more riddles. His bow, he takes the war around the island with a high score. So this guy is near Rextro. I don't think his roll attack isn't actually an attack. Oh, it is, okay. I definitely couldn't remember. I was like, I feel like you could run into them, but I also feel like you couldn't. But I mean, I wouldn't rely on it. Ah, crap. Look how shiny this arcade machine is, though. Let's be real. So here's the bow guy. I'm just a bird watcher. So, alright, you got me. It's the full set of armor, they gave it away. Near the walls, ramp pro, explore the tomb underneath. You know what you mean below? You didn't rhyme. You're bad at this. Huh, you're getting paid way too much for your job. Like nothing. You deserve less than nothing. So anyways, there are only 4 nights, so we're on the last night right now. And that one is all the way over here. Underneath, basically where the Great Rampool is. There's actually an alcove right here that we can access. So let's go ahead and go in here. Grandpa's treasure chamber. They do leap a lot. So, it's fake, all of it. But we're just here for the Pagey. And she's all like, okay. That mean nothing to me. So, you can actually come here without like doing any of this, and the Pagey will be there. But you can't grab it unless Sir Leaps a Lot, or Lady Leaps a Lot is here. Also, there's quills in those chests. So, you have to be doing that whole like thing in order for this to be relevant. Got owned like a nerd that he is. Get me up there. Come on, I believe in you. There we go. So we're really getting there when it comes to like cleaning up this world, honestly. We need to explore mostly like this big ass like castle structure as the remainder of it. So I guess we'll start tackling that on. Gonna see if there's anything down there. I think there is. I don't think you can go in here just yet. Let me just make sure. Inside the monument! Oh yeah, you definitely can't. We need to come here later with some other abilities. So that part's already cut off to us. Cut off to us? Did I say words there? Did I speak? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Hey, Jackie! You know. So we can go either the left path here or the right path. Let's just go the right path because I kind of went there earlier. And we'll actually clean it up this time. Can you guys drop me a butterfly? Oh, rude. There we go. That guy was less rude. There, you can try going up here, but you will get blown. And that's fun, I think. Some people pay a lot of money for that to happen. And over here, you might recognize this card. He's from the minigame. He is Cardos, the god of ore. Haha. I have no idea what you're blabbering about. Nobody cares for those minecart fellows no more. He's old. Nice to meet you, Cardos. There's gold and... So we can go on a ride on Cardos to do a card riding minigame. Just like the old days. So you need to collect a certain amount of gems on a mine course in order to get the Pagey. He's basically in every world. And these minecarts races in well, not races, but sections in some of the later worlds are actually pretty hard. So all the blue ones are worth 1, and the gold one is worth 3, I think? I think so. If you get hit, you lose a certain amount. Like, I want to say like 3 or 5. I'll find out when I get hit, I guess. And you can also break and boost. Breaking and boosting is one motion. So when I boost like this, it's a fixed amount of time. And when I break, it's a fixed amount of time. And there's a cooldown for using either the break or the boost. You can also shoot, but it's not really that relevant for most of the part. Like, because shooting also has a cooldown. Yeah. Also, some of the Minecraft music is pretty fucking good. Easily some of my favorite music in the game. So Minecraft controls are actually pretty hard as a result. Everything has like a cooldown, and as you can see, some of the gem locations, it's pretty impossible to actually get all the gems. But thankfully, it's the first minecart, so we only need 60, and we got 60. We got 88. I'm gonna feel like a young minecart again, whatever that means. Yay! We can do some cool maneuvers here to get over here a bit earlier than you're supposed to, which is cute. Like I said, that kind of stuff is like the controls in this game are actually like really fun to me. It's one of the things, and like frankly, as long like if your controls in a game are just like fun and solid, or like which includes like menuing. Like I really like RPGs that if you're just like your menuing is super tight and fast, I just appreciate playing it, even if the game itself is like whatever. As long as I get a menu fast, I feel good. As long as I get to have fun controlling my character, it's fine. So it's one of the reasons why I enjoy this. Also, it also helps that the game is nice, so that helps too. The game itself is just good. I'm Blastooey. My brother Blasto. Yeah, I didn't actually talk to him earlier, but he's actually next to the Shipwreck Creek. See my 4 friends over there. Oh yeah, the bird comes out of the cannon, by the way. It's pretty cool. Today is their birthday. I was hoping you help me deliver my presents. They don't look very friendly. One of them just blew a raspberry at you. Oh no, we're the best of mates. So I can deliver these wonderful gifts. Yeah, so we're gonna deliver these wonderful gifts to his friends. Friends. Some pleasure. Haha. See Grandpa on him to give the gifts. Right in his idiot face. So we're decimating these nerds. I mean, giving them presents. That's the last time they mock me. Yeah. I actually do have a present, by the way. Just have a relaxing day. Those men had a family! Oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. We did it for the pagey. This snoring guy, by the way, I was totally ruining that moment. Is a switch we need to activate. And on the... Where is it? Oh, there we go. I was like, this is not the top of the world. I'm trying to get to the top of the world here. On the top of the world, there's a bed. Oh, blah, blah. Well. Awkward. Oh! Get me up there. Thought you can just... Hello? Thought you could do this. Okay, well, shit. What the fuck? This looks like it's getting worse. I know you can get this thing, come on. Maybe I need the platform, actually. Where was the platform? There it is. Yeah, that platform goes really high up. There we go. We can get this battery thing, which is like an energy cell or something like that. Power extender, which increases your max energy gauge power bar, which is good because it means you have more freedom. No, we kind of already have 3 extra extensions though because of the tonic, but I digress. We have all the power we need in the world, so powerful. So yeah, you can get that power extender a bit earlier by like doing this jump. It's not that hard of a jump. So that's pleasant. So now we're gonna go over here to the other side. You can tell we haven't been over here because there's quills. Yay! I love quills. There are 25 pages in the world, if you remember me saying that. One of the pages is actually obtained by you collecting all 200 quills. So, quills have double duty in that regard. We're gonna stand on the switch to move this thing around. This thing known as a ramp. Words are hard. And we're actually gonna... What is it? Oh, let's go over here first. If I can grab quills on the way, that would be pleasant. You can go over here, and can you talk to this guy? Oh my god. I want to see if you can talk to this guy. Maybe not. Well, either ways, what you do is you gotta bring that water berry over there to him. So I probably shouldn't have stood on this now that I think about it. I think I was in a position that was fine. Whoops. Wasting time, yay, I love it! So... We're gonna go ahead. Oh, there we go. That's what the dialogue is. Mr. Blowy gasping for drink. I was like, why are we giving him water again? But that's the reason why. So you gotta remember that when you have this thing, you actually can't do the attack maneuver. So I don't have as much mobility. So I'm gonna play it a bit safer from this point. But once you're like close enough, just double jump to him. Water! Mr. Blowy can finally continue his job blowing air in a linear direction. Yay! Beats cleaning the streets. Haha. Probably true. So we can get a page from them. Is there a door over here? Yeah, there is. Okay. I don't know if I want to go in this door just yet, because there's also another path on the other side. No, I did not want to be here, actually. There's actually no reason to be here. Nice. So I guess we're going the other way. Which means I gotta stand on the switch again, yay! Whee! Did it! So you can actually make it over there. I know that jump looks pretty far, but with jump, jump, attack, you can actually make it over here. But there's not actually much you can do over here with your current set of moves, so I'm not gonna, you know, do anything. I'm gonna go back is what I'm gonna do. It looks fancy though. Please. Come to me! So, making our way around this place some more, we end up in a strange land. No, not really. But we do end up with these asshole eyeball enemies that have a very oddly strange laugh. Very oddly strange? Yeah, let's go with that. You botched the English language. I'm disturbed. So here's another Ghost Rider. This is a red one. Basically, you wait for him to attack you, and then you dodge the attack, and then you attack him back. And when you attack him back 3 times, then he'll become obtainable. And that's all the Ghost Riders, which means we got a free Pagey. Well, free. For free. Free in quotes. I worked hard for this Pagey, damn it. And my nose is so itchy. I'm Nimble, world's biggest cloud. I don't know about you, but he doesn't seem very big. Nimble transform world. Ew. I mean, ow, actually? He got left by his, wife. Ew. I don't know whether to be ew or like ow, frankly. Same with Laylee is me. We same right now. So actually, you can go ahead and shoot various berries at this guy, and their effects will have effects on them. So we're gonna grab the water one to cause waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls. And by Nimbo having his weather effects, it actually changes the area below us, the whole like river area. So we got this water one. This water one isn't very useful, frankly. In fact, it's the least useful. The fire one, well, there's also an ice one and a fire one. I think you have to do these in order. I'm not sure. Maybe not, actually. But the fire one thaws out everything and makes it back to how it was before. And the ice one will freeze all the water down there. So you probably need to do this in certain orders, actually. So now all of it is a nice icy track that you can stand on. Which is probably the most useful, I guess. Except for the part where you can access maybe like the coin for the play coin for Rextro, so there's that. But otherwise, you know, it makes traversing easier? I don't know. But you can hit a switch and actually access a shortcut to get down here, which is nice. Let me see how I'm doing on this world, by the way. I think I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, I have all the stuff. Yeah, I think we're almost done with this world for what we can do in it, frankly. So I'm gonna do the one last thing. which is to talk to our boy again. My racetrack, it's rock solid. The cold we gave your uncle. So once the racetrack is icy, you can actually do the race again. This race isn't really harder. It's actually the exact same course as before. The only harder thing about it is that of the ice controls part, which isn't really that big of a downside. As you can see, when we're on the ice, we have a slower acceleration, and turning is harder. But you can actually mitigate a lot of this just by jumping. So if you're ever having like problems with controlling, just jump a lot, and you'll have like your air jumping controls, which is still like, you know, not in full control, but it's definitely better control than being on the ice. You can also just not be on the ice, that works too. As long as you're touching the rings. Oh yeah, you also can't access the water area below us when the place is icy. So there's that. But frankly, there aren't any benefits of the place being filled with water instead. So, I don't know. I also probably should have shortcutted and grabbed those butterflies, but I digress. Cloud-based racing! You won! That's how I roll. So, we're probably gonna... He's gonna golden shower us again. That's nasty. And I think I'm done with this world for the time being. Let me just make sure. I think I saw some quills when I was doing this. Oh no, I think I saw that flower. This flower right here. You see this flower? This flower I thought was a quill. Also, they're actually. What? Hold on a second. Look at the texture of this flower. What? It's like invisible. What? Okay, anyways. That's weird. I've never noticed that. Alright. Let's see. We're only so long in the recording session? Damn, dude. Well, either ways, next time we're gonna do a little, the spoiler episode is what we're gonna call it. So.